Who were you going to call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here.
I ain't gonna do him.
He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
Jake Paul, what's next? Jake. When Gervonta Davis called Paul out, Paul replied in a tweet that showed respect and trust in Davis's skills. Paul wrote, "Gervonta has my respect inside the ring. He comes to fight one of the top 5 boxers. In the world right now, outside the ring, he is standing on his own and representing America. I would destroy him in the ring given his size, but I, with what he represents, tuning in tonight." Paul's answer was a mix of admiration and confidence. He praised Davis for his fighting skills and impact outside the ring, but he also made it clear that he thinks his size doesn't matter. Advantage would be too much for Davis to handle in a possible fight. This exchange has only added to rumors about a possible matchup between the two. Davis, who is the champion in the lightweight division, would be much smaller than Paul, who has been competing at cruiserweight. Fans are still interested in the fight happening, so it's now up to Davis to respond to Paul's latest comments. Gervonta Davis is now calling out for Jake Paul, even though he had said in previous talks that he didn't want to fight him. When asked about the chance, Davis laughed it off, calling Paul a clown and saying he wouldn't even entertain the thought. But now he seems open to making the fight happen, which has fans talking and some speculating. Davis, a lot of money. Some think he just wants to stop Paul from working with him for good, but his new task has made their battle even worse. Paul has been angling for fights with top-level opponents, and Davis throwing his name into the mix only adds to the intrigue. However, there's still the question of weight. Davis, a powerful force in the lightweight division, would be giving up serious. Size against the much bigger Davis's call out to Paul, despite their differences, shows that he's open to the idea. It remains to be seen if this is just talk or the start of real negotiations. But both fighters are continuing to insult each other, and the boxing world is now closely watching to see if this unexpected rivalry turns into a real fight.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if your team was like, "Yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul"? Would you be like, "Come on, man"?
I laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where you're going to mix into, I mean, you're obviously doing the real shit, but will it ever mix into the point where the money's big enough for you to would you ever do a fight like that?
I feel as though in my career I can't do that right now.
Paul has made it clear that he's open to fighting Gervonta Davis, saying he would be super down for the matchup. Paul, who has been targeting big-name opponents, appears confident in his chances against the smaller but highly skilled Davis. While fans discuss whether this fight makes sense, Paul's team has stepped in to clarify their stance. According to them, it's not Jake who needs this fight, it's Davis. They believe that despite Dav's elite boxing status, a bout with Paul would bring him more mainstream attention and financial gain than any fight he could book on his own. This statement has stirred controversy, with Davis's supporters arguing that the undefeated boxing champion doesn't need Paul to stay relevant. However, there's no denying the kind of buzz a fight with Paul generates. He has consistently drawn massive pay-per-view numbers and built a fan base. Beyond traditional boxing audiences now, with both sides acknowledging the possible fight, the question remains whether negotiations will actually move forward. Davis initially dismissed Paul as a clown, but now that he's calling him out, the chance feels more real than ever. Fans are waiting to see if this turns into a blockbuster showdown.
Canelo in the ring. Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Tank. Davis has been vocal about his views on fighters accepting lucrative offers to fight in Saudi Arabia, suggesting that such choices equate to selling their souls. He has voiced reservations about the growing trend of high-profile boxing matches being held in the Middle East, implying that financial incentives are overshadowing the sport's integrity. However, this perspective is not without controversy. Critics say that boxing has always been intertwined with financial considerations and that opportunities in emerging markets like Saudi Arabia can elevate the sport's global profile. Davis's comments therefore add to an ongoing debate about the balance between financial incentives and the preservation of boxing's core values. In summary, Gervonta Davis's assertion that fighters accepting offers from regions like Saudi Arabia are selling their souls reflects his concern over the sport's direction. His own cautious approach to such opportunities indicates a commitment to maintaining the sport's integrity, even in the face of substantial financial temptations.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you,
Where do you think you'd be without Calvin? Just life in general.
I'm from the inner city. I was outside. Like, you know what I mean? that answers your question. I don't want to say I was like, you know?
Yeah,
but,
blessing.
You know?
How do you feel about the state of American boxing? Do you feel like you're keeping it afloat since Canelo's doing 3 out of 4 fights in Saudi Arabia? Right?
He fighting over there?
3 out of the 4, yeah.
He got a fight over there?
Yeah, 3 of the 4.
I thought they be having fights here too.
Well, he's putting on fights here, but Canelo is
he got a fight over there.
He got a fight over there. Then he comes back with Crawford, and then 2 next year over there.
So he fighting Crawford here?
Yeah.
So
that's not bad.
Alleged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, they've been saying like I don't want what's the name, but they've been saying like they've been getting messed up over there, bro. Like everything is different. Like they be getting sick, and not only one fighter. Like they've been numerous fighters that been getting sick over there. So I don't know, bro. And you see how the guy was? He looked at the scorecard.
Turkey hopped up and he scored.
But when I said it, it was like.
I know I'm trying
the
to
way how he was talking, he was like, yeah, Devin, my man, like, you know what I mean? We want to get Tank over here and fight. Man, I already know what y'all gonna do. Like,
Jake Paul was defending you. He put a tweet saying, like, this is what Tank was talking about.
See? Yeah. But every time I say something, it's like I'm hating because I'm going against the grain. I mean, not even going against the grain. I'm letting not, you know?
So to that point, do you feel like a responsibility to the sport in America? I know you're thinking about retirement, but it's like things are going rough in the States. Everything's going over there.
Yeah, but it's like people selling that stuff. Like, you know, even the picture where everybody was in the room, that shit look like some devil shit. Facts, though,
some cult, right?
Yeah.
Dev fans are now calling out Gervonta Davis for hypocrisy after he previously criticized fighters for selling their souls by accepting lucrative offers, but is now entertaining a fight with Jake Paul, a Twitter user. Edwin summed up the backlash by tweeting Jake Paul, "Yeah, Tank was ready to sell his soul." Many believe that Davis, who once dismissed Paul as a clown, is now chasing the same financial opportunities. He criticized others for this shift has sparked debate, with some defending him as simply making a business move. While others argue as contradicting his past comments, Jake Paul has reacted to Gervonta